Hello, Reformers, and welcome back to A Clash of Kings. Now, before we start our siege once again against the faction of Lys, I must mention that I have not updated just yet to 1.3, mainly because I would have to do a lot of off-screen progression, and that would of course mean taking every single one of these fiefs again. And that would probably cause quite a few issues because, as you see, we have taken so many, and that leads me to the point, and indeed my question. What changes are there in 1.3 that make the game experience vastly different from 1.2? Because if it is just bug fixes that, well, let's just say I haven't encountered too many, then I might be inclined just to stay with 1.2, because it is a lot of work to regain all of those captured fiefs, especially considering we would have to, I suppose, take all of these again as well, and have the free folk invade and so forth. So yes, it would be quite the palaver to do that. So please let me know if you know if there are any major changes in 1.3. Yeah, please let me know in the comment section below. So yes, thank you. And now we have Carver. He has leveled up, and we will be speccing him into something. Now, what are we going to be speccing him into, you ask? Well, I have no idea. Yes, I have the plan, of course. Yes, I have a great plan here. So, what are we going to do here? I think maybe pathfinding could help him out quite a bit, because he is going to become a lord sooner rather than later, I hope, anyway. I think we'll probably give him some fiefs in the north, if we are ever going to conquer those fellows. Some of you have actually suggested that we take on Dawn, and Dawn is obviously the desert faction in the south of Westeros, so maybe we will be doing that. I'm not too sure at the moment, because I would like to take, well, let's just say the majority of Essos factions out first. So, let's see, what are we going to do here? Intelligence or strength, I think, is the option. I think we might want to do intelligence, because then what we can do, we can get 1 point, or maybe even 2 points in pathfinding, and then we can also increase maybe his weapon master as well, because as you see, his polearms is currently maxed out, so I think it would be quite a good idea. There we are. And of course I'm increasing his pathfinding to make sure that once he does become a vassal, that he is actually worthy of the title, and he's able to move very, very quickly on the map. So, without further ado, let us head in against these Lys vassals. Now, as you see, I did go all the way over to Nudo to hopefully rejuvenate our units. We are at 91%, and, well, that is Elias, of course. Everyone else is perfectly fine, because they have less HP. And I also went to the nearby towns to gain some food, because obviously that was our problem when we left off last time. So, let's head in here and see if we can... Yes, we got that fellow included in the encounter. And we are now about to deal some damage to them. And, oh, wow. Okay, they actually have a pretty considerable army here. We have 328, they have 157. We do seem to be fighting among some palm trees here. And, oh my, that might lead me to believe that it would be a good idea to hold position on this height advantage area here, because if we decided to charge in, their cavalry, I think, might have something to say about that. So let's see what we can do first. Let's see if we can move our cavalry over here, as well as our infantry, of course, and then we will get our archers. Well, not in a very good position, I have to admit, because this is on a slight incline. I was hoping that they would rush around the oasis there and decide that it would be a good idea to give us the height advantage for free, but it appears not. So, this is going to be quite the bloodbath, no doubt. Let's do this in a minute. Just want to make sure that we are okay. Okay, yes, let's do it. Go, go, go. Everyone charge in. And I do believe my horse is crippled, unfortunately, so I do think it is a little bit slower. Yes, it does appear to be a little bit slower, and that reminds me, I will need to place it in our inventory after this and hopefully get some sort of replacement for him. Oh, there we are, nice 33 damage there, and then get stopped by one of the thinnest trees on the battlefield. As you know, that is my trademark, especially when I am fighting on horseback, and we are in one of a series of most important battles here, so... Oh my, okay, come on, let's try and take out some of these guys. Never mind, it does appear as though they are incredibly good at blocking me, so instead I'm going to be getting off, because we are on a lame horse after all, and I think it would be a better idea to wield Blackfire. And let us teach them what for. Oh yes. Now, I do realize as well that we do have some Westerlands defectors here, currently fighting for the likes of the Elias faction, and... it does appear as though we have vanquished every single one of their first wave units. And where are they coming from now? They're coming from over here. This is very strange. Okay. They do seem to be rather well scattered, or are they retreating? They're retreating, aren't they? They are retreating, oh my goodness. Okay, I was not expecting that. Usually the AI fights to the death, but it does appear as though they realize they are incredibly overpowered by our units here, and yes, our heavy Stormlands Knights and Heavy Knights are definitely showing them what for, and it appears that only a handful of the Westerlands units are staying to fight, and the rest of them are all fleeing, as you can see in the distance. Are they fleeing? No, they're fighting our cavalry units, I think. Oh my goodness. That's probably not too good, is it? No. We need to get our archers over here as quickly as possible then, and hopefully take that guy down. Ah, that was unfortunate. A little bit out of reach there. Well, yes, it does appear as though they are leading us into one of their most consolidated positions, and that is exactly what they're doing. They're luring our cavalry to their doom. That is not good. We do need to make sure that that does not happen in future. Goodness me. That was some terrible command by me right there. I really do need to make sure that we know whether they are retreating or not. It's just I didn't see any of our units among them. So, yes, I suppose the very few cavalry units that decided to charge in to overwhelming odds definitely thought it would be a good idea to do so. And that in turn caused us to lose more units than we otherwise would have. So, oh well. I suppose there's not much you can do about that, and I am only one man. I'm not able to multitask too efficiently, but I think if this was a strategy game, well, technically a top-down strategy game, shall we say, then I think I would have a better view on things. But, yes, of course I do have to do my own fighting, after all, and Alan was taken out. How dare you, Alan? You were taken out by an elite mounted Lorathi archer. Aha, we are against a Lorath vassal here, then, as well as a Westerlands one. Well, thankfully enough, we were able to take them out with only 10 deaths, and not bad at all. As you see there, 10 deaths, and it does appear as though Alan was the only companion to get taken out, so I am very disappointed at him. And we are now going to... Oh, wow, we actually killed 13, Carver killed 8. Wow, that's impressive. Jonas was able to kill 4, and everyone else less than 2. That's not too bad. Okay, and yes, unfortunately they were able to escape. Now, unfortunately, I didn't find a ransom broker or anything along those towns, so yes, I was not able to sell our prisoners effectively. Well, nevertheless, let us level up here. I do think we probably want to get our slaver camel riders in the fight a little bit earlier, so that we can make good use of them, and I don't think we'll be taking any of these items. And now, as you see here, they only have some very basic units at Lys's garrison. And as a result, we are going to be teaching them a very harsh lesson indeed. Let us just hope that the vassals that we were fighting before, which I saw riding by Nudho, they were riding, I believe, to Nadinus, and hopefully they will not decide to retaliate against us. Of course, that is some very hopeful thinking there, and I do not believe that will be the case, but you never know. Okay, so are we going to be changing our commander? Because Elias did an absolutely amazing job when the AI was controlling him last time. As he is using a lame courser, however, he's not going to be too good in field battles at the moment, but as this is a siege, we should be okay. Now, I don't really want to play Martin or Garrett. I do believe they are fine by themselves. Drollo maybe as well. Maybe we should play as Jonas, although he is half HP. That would be a little unfortunate. Maybe we should play as Bryndon, actually. Bryndon hasn't been played for quite some time, and I've actually just realized that he has only one batch of steel bolts. That will not do. Huh. We need to get him something better, I think. Okay, well, let's play as Brynden, shall we? He does have a great sword after all, and we will be able to do some pretty considerable damage with his arbalest. And let us go. We need to make sure that our archers get in a good formation immediately, otherwise we are going to take some very, very heavy casualties. Of course, that could include Brynden, so that is definitely something we need to watch out for. Thankfully enough, we do have some wildling archers here to flush out the archery ranks. I was actually hoping that they would take a couple more losses before we took so many casualties there. Well, nevertheless, we do have the ability to use his arbalest to very good effect, and how dare you, Garrett? He's stealing my kills. Look at that! All of these headshots are going off, and we are absolutely decimating them. 29 damage right there from our arbalest, not too bad. I think he probably needs some better bolts, perhaps, and maybe find a better arbalest as a result as well. He's only doing 30 damage. Really, a crossbowman, in my opinion, should do more damage, but let's just see what we can do here with our positioning. We do need to make sure that our archers are in good range of the enemy, and let us just try to take out some of these skirmishers before they shoot at me. No! How dare you! Brynden does not appreciate your spears in his chest. No, as you can see there. Oh, okay, it's only in his arm. Well, that's why I took only a little bit of damage then, I suppose, because if it was in his chest, then I probably would have been dead now, but nevertheless, let's do it. Let's try to get up here. And, oh, yep, we do appear to have a very good foothold on the battlements. Not bad at all. And now, let us go up into the archery nest and... Okay, ignore that. We will just head over to the battlements instead. And we will see what's going on here. Aha, okay. This is definitely where we want to avoid getting stuck. There we are, thank you very much. And... Really? Are all of these slaver camel riders, they're all classified as cavalry? Okay, that's impressive, because they all have bows, so I would have assumed they would be classified as archers, but of course, that is the way of things. We do need to get some sort of horse archery tag, perhaps, or maybe just rename them to archers. That might be a better idea. Okay, come on, take out that guy. Yes, I was able to steal that kill. Well, Brynden needs the proficiency. He definitely needs the proficiency. So let's get our archers up here and hopefully get some sort of flanking maneuver going on. And whoa, these slaver camel riders are actually very accurate. As you may see here, if this guy will actually prove my point for me, that would be wonderful of him, but unfortunately it does not appear that is the case at the moment. He is an absolute beast though. He's taking out quite a few of our opponents here, and hopefully I'll be able to assist him. There we are. Do bear in mind, however, that, yes, Brynden's two-handed weapon proficiency is only at 98, so we are swinging incredibly slowly, which is a little bit frustrating when the enemy has a fast-swinging weapon, of course. Now let's get our archers over here as quick as we can, and we will get out Brynden's arbalest and hopefully deal some significant damage and not miss. Yes, hint, hint. Come on, Brynden. You cannot miss. Let's do this. Okay, Drollo is still doing incredibly well, and I was able to get a very lucky headshot there. I wasn't aiming for that headshot by any means. I'm pretty much just firing off into the opponents and hoping I get kills, because I have no idea where I should aim in the mounds of enemies that are currently standing before us and victory. But thankfully enough, we are actually attaining some kills here, so it's not all bad, I suppose. Let's do it. There we are. Very nice. And whoa, yes, our longbowmen, as you can probably see right there, are absolutely massacring all of these units. And oh no, this is not good. Okay, come on, let's do this. Thankfully enough, he does have a great sword, so we should be able to do some pretty significant damage, but of course, the proficiency does let him down quite a bit. But thankfully enough, whoa, okay, it does appear as though the Stormlands longbowmen have some pretty significant melee skills as well. I am very glad to say that. Goodness me, I was really worried when those guys with those spears were coming at us, but yes, thankfully enough, we did have the opportunity to counterattack, and oh no. Okay, come on, let's get some headshots going on here. Ah, yes. No such luck for me this time around, but thankfully enough, some of our units were able to thin them out before they achieved melee range. Come on. Yes, there we are. Take out that guy, and maybe we could take out this guy as well. That would be wonderful. Yes, there we go. And that one as well. Good. Okay. We do seem to be thinning out the enemy's infantry units, at least. And I can only hope that... Yes, we can get a headshot. Very nice. Ooh, I'd be really interested to see how many units Brynden has actually killed. Look at that, we're getting headshots left, right, and center. Very, very cool. Okay, now I am going to be thrusting at someone, and not in that way. We are going to be attempting to take them out in one fell swoop. And, aha, let's take out these guys underneath the stairs here. I think that would probably be the most efficient use of our time, because the AI has a little bit of difficulty taking out those fellows. And there we are, take out that guy as well. And it does appear as though there are a couple of units on the stairs here. And anyone else anywhere? No, it appears not. That is victory for House Reformia once again. And that is Elias falling before our power. Now, we lost 17 slaver camel riders, but they were rescued prisoners, so I don't think we should be too worried about that. And let's see what else we have here. Oh my! Wow. Okay, so Jasper, for some unknown reason, was on an absolute massacre spree right there. I'm not calling it a killing spree. He totally massacred everyone right there. Very, very cool. Drollo was able to do exactly the same. Of course, we have, well, come to expect that of Drollo, as well as Garrett. And Brynden, under our watchful eyes, was able to get 22. And Elias was able to get 5. I suppose he was stuck in the majority of, well, the fighting, and that is sometimes very difficult to get kills, as we know. So, there we have it. And now, we can take every single one of these units, including 3 Unsullied units. It's been a while since we've seen Unsullied units. I do believe that all of our Unsullied units have died. So, we're definitely going to need to head back to our original home base and hopefully be able to acquire some more of those. Of course, we are going to be heading over there once the Elias faction has been eliminated, because then we'll be able to award some fiefs to Belacqua, as well as maybe to a new vassal as well. And I think before I do that, I'd like to take a couple of votes as to who you think should become the next vassal. So we have the choice between Sir Jasper Rivers, Jonas. Alan is a little bit too low level, so maybe not him. Carver would probably make a pretty good vassal at the moment. He has some pretty nice leadership skill. Drollo could potentially make quite a nice vassal, but who knows. And then we have Garrett, and Martin is off the table because Martin is, of course, our forager. So, by all means, between Sir Jasper, Jonas, Carver, and maybe Drollo. So let me know what you think, and we'll see what we can do about that. So, anyone else has leveled up? It appears that 2 companions have leveled up, which is great, but we cannot take any more prisoners from our opponents there, and I suppose we'll take some of these in Brynden's inventory, and then we'll let our companions take the rest. Alright, so we are going to be deferring appointment of a lord, and we'll split the money, and then we will see what we can do here with Drollo and Jasper Rivers' skill points. Let's do that. Okay, so we are going to be increasing his strength. Whoa, okay. He actually has some pretty reasonable power strike and Iron Flesh already, so maybe what we want to do is increase his charisma and then get him some more leadership. And that, in turn, I think probably takes Jasper off the table as well, because we do need to get him some more leadership. So I suppose it's between Carver and, well, we'll take a look at Drollo's skills at the moment. I do not believe he has any leadership. Oh, he has 1 in leadership, so maybe that would be a good idea. However, for this, we are going to be increasing his power draw once more, as he was 1 attribute point away from 21 strength, which is very cool. So increases one-handed a little bit, and there it is. So, yeah, it does appear as though we are narrowing it down ourselves, and maybe Jonas or Carver will be the next vassal here. He has 2 in leadership. I think we probably need to get him 1 more level so that he can get 9 in charisma and then 3 in leadership. So, if you vote for Jonas, then that is what I will do. I will attempt to level him up, and then we'll get him some more leadership there. And Carver, I do believe, is ready as he is right now. As you see, he has 4 in leadership, 3 in pathfinding, and a pretty reasonable amount in weapon master, power strike, etc. So I think that should be absolutely fine for him. And there it is. Okay, we are going to be heading on now. So, before we do, I do want to... that is unfortunate. I was hoping for some more food, but we do have a pretty considerable amount already. so I don't think we need to worry too much. But I would like to head into the tavern, just in case we have a companion here that we have not found before. We have some slavers! Yes! Wait a minute. That is a traveller. We need to speak to this fellow first, though. There we go. Yes, I want to sell all the prisoners. 1,700. Very good. And we have a sellsword lancer here. Okay. I don't think we have anyone here that we want to recruit particularly, so I think we can leave it. Okay, there it is. Lys has been conquered, and I'm not entirely sure whether they've headed on to Nadinus, or whether they are just attempting to maybe take Naval from Myr, because if they do that, then they will wipe out Myr, as well as stabilizing their own faction. So maybe they would decide to do that, because it does not appear they are actually doing anything of note to our fiefs. So, okay, we're going to travel back to Nudo here, and we'll see whether we encounter any Lys vassals. And, we have one here. We could probably do a naval battle. Let's do it. Oh, yes, here we go. Oh, my goodness. Okay, let us attempt to persuade him. How do you feel about King Robb Stark? He's not from the north, is he? This guy isn't from the north. Well, maybe he was a defector from the north, who knows? Okay, so, well, you should keep faith with your promises and not do injustice to others. Sometimes it's hard to balance those. Stick with people you trust, I think, and it's hard to go far wrong. How do you feel about... I see. He may have a couple of issues with... him, perhaps? I have something to tell you. I ask for your support. And, let's see, I would deal with all men fairly. Yes. Come on. Yes, you would be much safer if you joined us. I am nodding my head at the moment, yes. I am more comfortable with you and your companions with my current liege. Yes. My tenants are a happy lot, I think, but I hear of others in other estates that aren't so fortunate. Yes. Come on. Yes! There we go. We have acquired a new Archon to our cause. I am ready to pledge myself to you as my king. There we go. It is a momentous step you have taken, and he is now ours. So maybe this will be the fellow that we can give some of these fiefs to. So let me know. Shall Sir Harold is his name? Yes. Sir Harold. Archon Sir Harold, yes. And then we have a caravan from Dawn here as well, which we don't really need to worry about. So that was very successful. Very nice indeed. This guy's traveling to Nuto as well. And then we have a couple of other people here that we will probably deal with at a later date, as I will end this episode off here. So, I thank you for watching, and I will see you next time.